All right, what's up, guys? I'm back. Week 5 review. Um, was gonna try to do it with Chris, but we just decided that it's probably better off that I record solo due to the quality issues last time. So I'm just gonna jump right in. Well, actually, before I jump right in, since Chris just started bitching about why his trade got vetoed, it's probably because it was a terrible collusion-like a terrible collusion-like trade. Um, so majority speaks. Obviously, it wasn't really fair. So moving on, I'm just gonna start with the awards. My shit start of the week goes to AJ, who started the Denver defense that got him -2. Against the Jets. God, that's gotta hurt. Performance of the week also goes to AJ, who had Todd Gurley for 29.3. Chris, James Conner could have been a close second because I think he had a little bit more points, but AJ desperately needed those points to get the victory, so I gave it to him. Should have pulled out Mark. I gave it to you for Mason Crosby. And it just stings, dude, because you get 0 from your kicker, and there's probably plenty of kickers on the waiver wire that could have got you that dub. So bummer, bro. Now moving on to the chocolate or poop. I broke it up. Really, there wasn't a lot of waiver wire ads that were started, but the only chocolate goes to Daddy Pez, who picked up and started the Bengals defense to get him 22 points. And the poop goes, AJ, Denver D, we already talked about them. Mark playing Vance McDonald's for that .6. And Timmy with the Dallas D getting 0. Best bench goes to Chevy, 84.6. He had a lot of high scores on his bench that if he played, he probably would have beat me. So maybe if he didn't suck and he knew how to set a lineup, he wouldn't be 2-3. Moving on to the final award. The final award, the Rodney King Award, best beating, or worst beating, I should say. That goes to Fogel at 58.7 points. That is awful. And he just really had a down week. So let's get into these matchups. Me versus Chevy. And y'all better watch out because that's 2 in a row for your defending champ. Also the highest point total of the week, 125.2. No big deal. My stable of running backs led the way, leading me to victory, getting over 17 points from all 3 of them. But my highest scorer was Devontae Adams with 20. Chevy tried to make a Monday miracle happen with Drew Brees, but while Drew Brees was breaking records, I was breaking Chevy's fantasy spirits. He did finally have a big game from Odell, but the rest of his roster decisions were just awful, and it led to his demise. Moving on, AJ versus Pez. This was our closest match of the week at a difference of 3.4 points. AJ squeaked by thanks to his performance of the week, Todd Gurley. He also had Rivers, McCaffrey, who apparently is off limits, guys, so don't try to trade for him. And AJ Green getting double digits, but the rest of his team was just kind of meh. But Daddy Pez's team was a little bit more meh. He had 2 players in the 20s, and nobody else even got double digits. That's not good. He did also have Ajayi tear his ACL. So he was scrambling for some RB help late last night and early this morning. Did he get it? I guess we'll find out here in a couple weeks, so stay tuned. Moving on, we have Mark versus Josh. And it was another close match with a difference of 3.8, so second closest match. Mark had some poor lineup choices that led to his demise. Maybe not Crosby because, he's not a bad start, but definitely Vance McDonald. Mark's been playing fantasy with his heart. I told him this last week, and he's going all in on the Steelers, and that's probably why he's 0-5. You can't play with your heart, man. You got to play with your head. He could not keep his increased scoring trend going, and it's too bad because he may have actually won if he did. Josh's team was pretty consistent with 5 guys double digits. No huge games from anybody. And he's just a big surprise sitting up there at the top with AJ at 4-1, both those guys. Moving on, Chris versus Timmy, the center of a questionable trade that we talked about already. I just feel bad for Timmy. You try so hard, and I thought your lineup actually was pretty good and it looked half decent, but you barely got 75 points. It may have even been worse at first, but then Rodgers turned it on in the second half, and he was Timmy's highest scorer and was definitely in contention for that performance of the week with a 28.7 points. Chris has 3 guys in the teens and a big explosion from Connor at 30.5. Chris really needed that win. I would ask what he's going to do when Bell comes back, because he was going to lose Connor, but he's got Bell on his bench thanks to Timmy. And while I'm thinking about it, the trade, it's Timmy's giving up his best receiver for basically trash, so that's probably why I got vetoed, Chris. I don't know, you're mad because you didn't get it, but it is what it is. So moving on, last matchup, Fogel versus Pasta, the beatdown. Fogel's Saints running back combo didn't work out like he thought it would. One of them had a good game. Mark Ingram had a good game first game back. But the usual stud, number 1 RB in fantasy, barely got used. Kamara, he only had like 9 touches. That's not good for Fogel's strategy. His only other player to note was Luck on Thursday night with 22.6 points. The rest of his team was pretty gross. I don't even want to talk about him because he was the lowest scorer of the week, 64.9 points. Blech. Pasta's team was the second highest on the week. He finally made the right lineup decisions. 6 guys in double digits and 3 guys in the 20s. His highest scorer was surprisingly Eric Ebron on Thursday night, who was a good play since the Colts are pretty depleted in that area, so good call, Justin. And that does it. Let's move on and wrap it up with the matches of this upcoming week. I am 3-2, taking on Mark, who's 0-5, and I am very favored by more than 10 points. I don't think there's any question about who's going to win there. It's going to be me. Then we got Daddy Pez versus Justin, both 3-2. This is projected to be the closest match of the week. It's going to be a tough call. I think I'm going to go Justin. His team's been looking pretty strong, so I can't go against him there. Then we got Chevy versus Timmy. Chevy is a slight favorite. Chevy's 2-3. Timmy's 1-4. I'm going to go Chevy just because, Timmy can't get it together and he's making shitty trades. And then we got Fogel 3-2 versus Josh 4-1. And Fogel's got a lot of his players on bye, all his Saints. Josh is a huge projected favorite. So I'm going to go Josh because Fogel's the whole team's on a bye. And then last we got AJ 4-1 versus Chris 2-3. And AJ's a big favorite, but I'm gonna go Chris on this one. I just have a gut feeling about it that AJ's gonna lose, cause fuck AJ. Anyway, that does it. Didn't have any music either this time, but next week maybe we can get Chris to host and actually get some good quality and multiple people in here. So, till next time, guys. Catch you later.